Hello everyone and welcome back to one of my watch reviews. So today in this video I'll be reviewing the new Chestor Panda from Dutch watch microbrand Vescari. So I reviewed the Chestor collection before, and after the success, Vescari decided to release a pair of limited edition variants. So they have one Panda, which is the one I'm reviewing here. They also have a Reverse Panda, so two Panda editions, limited edition to 250 pieces. And they sent over the Panda one for me to review. So let's see if it's any good. So with the new Chestor Panda series, Vescari said that they've changed its manufacturer to guarantee the quality that they stand for. As a result, it has several upgrades as compared to the original Chestor. So firstly, the Chestor Panda uses a Sapphire coated dome K1 glass. So I'm bring this closer to the camera. You can actually see, it has quite significant dome. So while not as durable as Sapphire crystal dome K1 glass, especially with a sapphire coating, it's still substantially more scratch resistant than dome mineral crystal of the original Chestor. In fact, I actually said in my previous review that I would have liked to have at least see a K1 crystal here on the Chestor, and yeah, I would like to think that I made them improve on the crystal here. So it's good to see that the brand is receptive towards feedback as well. Now, it also has an AR coating applied, so as you can see, you don't really get much nasty reflections over here. And aside from that, the water resistance rating has also been bumped up. The original Chestor had a water resistance rating of about 50 meters. It's twice now at 100 meters here. So this makes the new Chestor Panda really a bona fide everyday watch. However, I would say that the most significant upgrade is actually in its movement. While the original Chestor used a fully quartz Miyota 6 S21 movement, here the Chestor Panda utilizes a mecha-quartz Seiko VK63 movement. So then bring this close to the camera. What this gives you, is the best of both worlds, right? It's the accuracy of a quartz movement. You don't need to wind it, you get a convenience. But also, let me show you here, it also has that sweeping, let me bring it even closer. It also has that sweeping seconds hand that we all love to see on the mechanical chronograph. So you can see, the seconds hands sweep here on the chrono. If you don't know any better, you would have thought that this was a mechanical chronograph instead. Of course, to stop it, simply press the top pusher again, and to reset it, bottom pusher. You can see that it actually, instantly resets, unlike the quartz chronograph movement of the original Chestor. So I think that's a pretty cool touch. And yeah, the feel of the pushers are pretty nice as well. You can hear the audible click as I start it, and also the audible click, when I restart it. So very nice. And it also comes default on this bracelet. So it's nothing, terribly complicated. You can see it has a simple threading design. The center link is polished, but it does have a hidden butterfly clasp. So you gotta open it up like this, right? So, and another side here. There you go. So it has a hidden, butterfly clasp, and you can see that it secures quite securely. So yeah, it allows for like a nice seamless look. And it feels rather sturdy, so you don't get, again, even when I try to shake it, you don't really get much of that retiness of, like, for example, $200 Seiko, for example. And if you don't like bracelets, it even comes with 2 additional suede straps of your choice. And as the icing on the cake, the Chestor Panda also has lume, 2 types of lume, in fact. So the markers are pop out of Lume Shop here. The markers feature ice blue BGW9 Swiss Supernova, and the hands are coated with green C3 Supernova. It's not the brightest, but it's still nice to have. All in all, I would say that the Vescari Chestor Panda is a significant upgrade over its predecessor in almost every aspect. So it has a more durable sapphire crystal, arguably has a better movement, a higher water resistance rating, a good bracelet, and even lume. So all retaining the same 199 euros, or about 285 Singapore dollars price point. What's not to like? Now, as great, however, as the specs bumps are, what really impressed me about the Chestor Panda was its vintage design. So for one, the Chestor Panda now has a tri-complex design as compared to the bi-complex layout of the original Chestor. With its Panda colorway, which means black sub-dials against like a white or silver dial, the Chestor Panda is strikingly reminiscent of the iconic Panda Paul Newman Daytona, yet without looking a mere homage, like those cheap Alpha Daytonas. I love how symmetrical the dial is, which gives the watch a very clean look. Yet there's thoughtful detail as well. Let me bring this closer to the camera. For one, you can see the silver dial actually has a sunburst texture, so it's not like a flat or matte silver dial. It's a sunburst texture that, as you can see, interacts very nicely, with light. Secondly, the sub-dials, okay, let me see, bring it even closer. The sub-dials possesses argirage, a form of concentric gill shade that elevates the look of the watch. I also applied indices here, which are also faceted for greater detail. This really gives the dial a lot of depth. And coupled with the dome crystal, really feel that the dial has like depth and texture, in spades. It's really a high quality dial that belies its price point. This level of detail extends to the case of the Chestor Panda. You can see that the main case is brushed, but you get this polish of faceted edges of beveling running through the side of the case. It's really a nice touch. I think that again here on the video you can see just how domed the Chestor Panda is, which really gives it a very nice vintage vibe. Now, the only area where I would say perhaps a low price point was a bit evident is the case back. As I can show you, here you go. You can see that the case back is nothing more than the brand name sort of stamp on it, and then there is sort of that serial number because this is a limited edition after all. So I would like to see something a little bit more intricate, perhaps the artwork, a motif, that sort of thing. Anything would have been a bit more interesting than just simply slapping the brand name there. Now let me put this on my wrist and show you guys how it wears. Alright, I'll do a slow wrist roll. So at 40mm, the Chestor Pandas really wears quite well on my 7-inch wrist, and it fits right in my personal sweet spot, about 39 to 40mm. It's big enough to be an everyday watch, yet also quite thin and slim enough to be a dress watch. I worn this with formal attire. It slides under the draft cuff without any problems. And because of the mecha-quartz movement inside, as compared to a mechanical chronograph movement, the Chestor Panda is relatively slim and it's really quite comfortable to wear. Now, when I first reviewed the original Vescari Chestor in 2020, I wasn't that impressed. I viewed it mainly as a slightly better alternative to mainstream fashion watches. In fact, I wrote in my written article that if a watch enthusiast with several mechanical pieces, I don't think the Vescari Chestor was for you. This changes with the Vescari Panda. Not only does it have bolstered specifications, but it also has a neo-vintage Panda design that really appeals to my enthusiast heart. The look is very clean and detailed, yet thoughtful but also respectful. Yes, it doesn't reinvent the wheel, but at this price point it doesn't have to. For slightly more than 200 Singapore dollars, it's even cheaper than MSRP for Daniel Wellington, yet it delivers so much more. If you're a budding watch enthusiast, I think the Vescari Chestor Panda is an easy recommendation. Now, those interested in any of Vescari watches can use the promo code WASOSHIOK to enjoy 20% off the retail price, as well as an additional suede strap. So all purchases, with the Vescari Chestor Panda already comes with an additional suede strap. So by using the code, you get one extra strap, so you get two straps in total. That means that the Vescari Chestor Panda here will cost only 159 euros or about 228 Singapore dollars, and comes with two additional straps thrown in as well. That makes, I think, the Vescari Chestor Panda outstanding value, and it's a no-brainer recommendation to everybody out there looking for an affordable mecha-quartz chronograph. Alright, that ends up my review for today. If you like the review, do give a thumbs up, share the video around, tell me down below in the comments what you think of the Vescari Chestor Panda. And as always, I'll see you guys in my next video. Ciao!